What's up, YouTube? Reno here. It's been a while. How you guys been? I've been alright. Before I get started, I'll do a little housekeeping. My Balkovic OMS billiard. Beautiful pipe. And I'm smoking some Frog Morton in it. So I've been gone for a little while. It's been crazy last 6 months. I got a promotion at work, so I started a new position, and I had to do a lot of training for it. And then I had another job waiting tables, and so I quit that job. And so I'm just working the one job now, but I'm getting paid more, so you know, it works out. So, one thing I kind of want to talk about in this video. I started watching this new show on HBO called The Leftovers. Some of you might have seen it or also watch it. It's a really good show. The premise is that basically 2% of the Earth's population just disappears. And really, the show kind of follows everybody else after that happens, just kind of how they're dealing with it, and really what everybody thinks it was. And it focuses on one particular family and then another group of characters. So, of course, everybody thinks, or a lot of people think rather, that it's, you know, it was a rapture. Just people just disappeared. Like in the first episode, this lady, you know, she's with her baby and she gets in the car, she's on the phone, and the baby's in the back seat crying. And she's talking on the phone, and all of a sudden the baby stops crying. And so she keeps talking, you know, whatever, and she looks back to kind of see, you know, just to see what the baby's doing. And the baby's gone. It vanished out of the car. And so obviously, you know, she freaks out. And then she gets out of her car and she's, you know, yelling for her baby, and everybody else, there's a bunch of other people yelling for other people, and kind of just chaos is ensuing. And it mainly focuses on this one guy. What's his name? Of course I don't know his name. But he's a cop in the town. He's the captain of the police department. And he has a daughter and a son. And his son has kind of joined this cult that follows this guy. And basically I think his thing, the cult leader, is like he can give people like hugs that take away like all their pain and suffering. And he also has like a brothel of like Asian chicks that he bangs. And so his son is kind of tasked with protecting this one Asian girl who's supposedly like really special. And then the daughter, she's a little bit younger. I think she's in high school. She's kind of going through this like F it all phase, you know, party, just kind of do whatever. And she's also, you know, depressed because her mom's not around anymore. And in the first episode, you kind of get the impression that the mom got taken on the day that everybody disappeared. But you find out later that she joined this cult. And part of the thing with their cult is, it's a different cult than the son's in. Part of the thing with their cult is that they can't speak. They can just, you know, they write stuff down if they want to talk to you. And they all wear white. And they all smoke cigarettes. But it really hasn't explained yet why they smoke cigarettes. It's on the 5th episode now. But I'm sure they'll get to it eventually. So you find out at the end of the first episode that she's actually his wife. And it hasn't said yet why she joined the cult, or why she left the family and joined the cult, because you don't know if it's just that she felt disillusioned and she was looking for answers, and whatever the cult was there kind of gave those to her, or if it was maybe something that husband did that kind of drove her away, or something else. So that's kind of one of the mysteries right now. So it kind of follows her around too, and her life in the cult and what she does and how they kind of recruit people and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's just a good show, man. I mean, some people might get turned off just hearing the description, like, oh, it was about the rapture, and it was probably religious and all that. And it's not really like you don't really know what happened or why the people disappeared. It's like, yeah, the rapture is like one of the theories, but nobody really knows because a bunch of people got taken that weren't necessarily like good people. And part of the other premise, or one of the other episodes, focuses on one of the pastors in the town, and he basically goes around telling people like, oh, this person got taken and they were a bad person, you know, this was a child molester, this person beat his wife, this person sold drugs to kids, you know. So obviously it wasn't the rapture, because if it was, these people wouldn't have been taken up because they weren't good people. So that's his argument. Whether or not, you know, he's right remains to be seen. But I kind of doubt it was the rapture, just because the writer of the show is, I mean, it's based on a book, but the main writer of the show is I think David Limanoff, and he was the writer on Lost. And if it's anything like Lost, what you think is going on is like the opposite of what's going on. And I'm sure that's one of the things we won't find out until like the end of the series, what really happened. I mean, maybe not, maybe they'll tell us sooner, but I just assume. So yeah, I'm glad to be back though, on YouTube that is. I kind of miss making videos and talking to you guys and sharing stuff. I do work, I mean, I work less technically, because I'm just working, you know, 40 hours a week instead of the 2 jobs. But the 2 jobs combined, I probably worked 40 hours a week, but they were weird hours. Like, at my one job that I work now, the different position that I had, I would get off pretty early, like around, you know, noon or 1. So I'd have the whole day to myself, and then I would usually work weekends, waiting tables. So the hours now are, you know, more set. You know, I get off at like 3 and get home by 4. But the thing is, like, I work outside, and the heat right now is just killing me. Like, I get off work and I'm just exhausted. So it's hard for me to muster up the energy to make a video sometimes, or even like get up off the couch. But I'm gonna start making them more. My birthday's coming up next weekend, so pretty sure my girlfriend got me a pipe for my birthday, which I'm excited about because, I mean, I picked it out. So this is exactly what I wanted. So I'll probably have a box opening, maybe not next weekend, but sometime during the week. So that'll be exciting. It'll be my first box opening since I got this pipe last year, which was also for my birthday. Just broke it in by now. I didn't let the tobacco sit out, so it's still too moist. I usually like to let it sit out for like 30 minutes to an hour before I smoke it. Also, I had a tin of full Virginia flake that I really like. Thing is, the tin is like shitty and it lets air in, so it got dried out. And so I was watching the Guffman Smoketh video about rehydrating tobacco. So I tried that technique and it worked. And so now, you know, I can smoke my full Virginia flake again without it torching my mouth. Because when it gets really dry, it's just, it burns hot, which isn't pleasant. Oh, and if you also notice, my beard has gotten longer. The job I have, they don't care about facial hair, so I can grow it out as long as I want. Whereas when I was waiting tables, they didn't care, so I had to keep it, you know, relatively short, which sucked ass, and I fucking hated it. But now nobody tells me how to live my life. I haven't decided how long I'm gonna get yet. I'm just gonna play it by ear. Like, I'm sure it'll get to a length that I like a lot, and then once it starts to pass that length, maybe I won't like it as much. So then I'll probably trim it up to that length and maybe keep it that length. Like, I do like this length, but I'm still gonna let it grow longer to see, you know, where I actually want it to stop. I don't think I'm gonna get it like ZZ top long. It's kind of ridiculous, and it'll get in the way of a lot of stuff. And also at a certain point, my girlfriend would be like, alright, dude, enough is enough. You gotta trim it up a bit, because it's getting ridiculous. But she likes it now. And she hasn't complained yet, so it's a good sign. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, keep this kind of short. Information, The Leftovers is a great show. If you have HBO or HBO Go, I would recommend checking it out. Yeah, and of course, I didn't get to come on here and talk about Game of Thrones Season 3 finale, but if you watched it, you know what happened. It was an awesome season. The season finale was amazing. The 9th episode was also amazing. The whole fight with the Viper in the mountain was incredible. Yeah. So check it out. Check out The Leftovers. Enjoy your pipes. Keep on smoking. Peace.